Good evening, StarCraft fans. MarineKush here. It is July 13th, 2011, and we are on Terminus. Let's meet our players. It's going to be ESC Goody in the top side of the map. He is the purple Terran, and his opponent on the left side, 9 o'clock position, the green Zerg, none other than EG's Idra. So it's going to be a ZVT here on Terminus. This is my first game that I'm casting on Terminus, and as well, for some reason, I have not casted an Idra game. His replays are much less available than some other players. Not surprising, a lot of the high-level players do like to keep their replays very private and protect them from reaching that public too easily, which is smart. I mean, you wouldn't want your game plan to be known by everyone as you enter these big high-level tournaments where a lot of money's on the line. Looks like we have Goody going for a Rax into Refinery. It's going to be some sort of tech play rather than a 2 Rax, which is good for Idra because he is going for a 15 hatch. But nonetheless, these are incredibly long rush distances. You have to travel through this choke, up to these Zelnaga Tower areas, and then still down to your opponent's choke and into his hatch. I'd say a 2 Rax is almost not viable on this map unless it was proxied. We'd see, some barracks up in this area maybe, but still it can be easily scouted. You never know where those overlords are going to be, as we see one already traveling at the bottom side of the map. So Idra now knows that his opponent is either in cross spots or in the top position. Nonetheless, it's most likely not going to be a 2 Rax, allowing Idra to get that hatch up without any worries. But unfortunately for him, we do have a Reaper coming out, and this drone is going to be a little bit late to the party. He will eventually scout this barracks with a tech lab, but I believe that Reaper will be out much before that happens. So it'll be interesting to see if he does go for some sort of bunker rush or just going to be using that Reaper for scouting. We see the extractor is now mining gas. Just going to be researching that speed as soon as he gets that 100 gas, most likely. Unlikely to see any type of roach play from Idra, just not that common. We see this drone is sent all the way to this corner, meaning he clicked inside of the base but was deterred by this wall off, so the drone gets as close as possible to wherever he was clicked onto. Reaper is out of the map, and looks like, oh, the bunker was going up, so this Reaper is going to get some kills. 2 Zerglings are out, but this Reaper may be able to handle it with these. Yes, he does, getting up to 3 kills, 4 kills, and 5 kills. So this bunker may end up finishing. In fact, 2 more links or go straight for the SCV. Going to be able to DPS him down. Yes, Idra does get the SCV. That is huge. Not going to allow this bunker to get up, and although he is trading some lings, he's saving a ton by not allowing this bunker up and this Reaper to be inside of it, just pounding away on this hatchery and any lings that are trying to take it down. So bunker is cancelled. We see that ESC Goodies is following it up with the command center and pulling that Rax off and opting to get a factory onto this tech lab. It would be very smart of him to get some sort of Hellions out just to get that map control back, because this one Reaper will not be able to keep it forever. And if he wants to take that expansion anytime soon, well, he's going to want to have a little bit more safety and knowledge of what's going on that map. Overlord going to be swinging around. We can see its way path set to here. Going to be spotting for this expansion. Ooh, this is a very nice view of this planet here. Beautiful. But as we move over to this area, we can no longer see it. We're only seeing an empty expansion, which will soon be filled by this command center. Looks like that Zergling speed is on the way. Halfway done now. We can see that intestine just pumping full of energy. Creep trimmer on the way too, so nice creep spread early on. Going to want to connect that main and natural, and yes, looks like it is going to be a Hellion with a blue flame upgrade. Also getting a starport, so we'll be interested to see what he decides to use for that. Will it be a drop? Will it be some sort of Banshee play? Idra now running hard, just making about 8 drones there, following it up with a few more. No signs of Idra teching up into anything besides circling for now. Maybe he'll take a quick third. We'll have to see. He does have his 1 Sprine Crawler up, which will do somewhat okay from Hellions as long as they are, within the 2 or 3 amount. If he gets up to 5 or 6 Hellions, they can just zip right by this 1 Spine Crawler. So take a look at the units. He is already up to 2 Hellions and getting a third. Looks like this Rax built a tech lab for this starport, but he's going to be going for a medevac first, so it is probably going to be a blue flame drop, which is good because there are no real overlords in this area where he will likely be way pathing that. This one overlord is just working on spotting this command center, which is about to float out. Did drop that mule before he floated it out, which is always smart. Get that orbital command drop that mule, and then send out your orbital command. So bunker is going up just to protect from any Zergling run-bys. Very safe play there as long as these rocks are still up. So let's take a look at this medevac and see if it can do any kind of damage. Will be spotted by this one Overlord, but does Idra have the links? He's making 4 more links right now, but these Hellions are stopped by his Spinecrawler. What a smart Spinecrawler placement by Idra, suspecting some sort of drop. Very nice play there, using these 3 queens to also send that medevac away. So 1 Spinecrawler in the front, 1 in the main, and he was apparently safe from Blue Flame Hellions. So very good stuff there. Looks like the starport still not jumping onto this tech lab, and he is now switching over to siege mode and siege tanks. Baneling Nest and Spire on the way for Idra. Gonna get that big muted count that he always likes to get, as well as a 3rd hatch. So I think Idra's feeling pretty comfortable right now. Let's take the drone count. Yes, he's up to 50 drones almost, 10 ahead of Goody. Very, very comfortable, but we see those mules are keeping Goody up to par with that mineral, maybe just behind about 100 minerals per minute. More Zerglings on the way, as well as double armory. Oh, I haven't seen double armory for quite some time. Going to be getting those fast mech upgrades for those tanks. Good stuff. Speed Zerglings are out on the map. Going to be breaking down the destructible debris. It does have 2,000 hit points, so it does take 7 Zerglings about a minute in game time to take down. A couple tanks here are in position, so Zergling's not able to really do much up this ramp, and this bunker protecting this area as well. So just going to be opening this up for some later game tactics, likely not looking to do any huge damage right now. We do have 6 mutas on the way, and that could be somewhat problematic for Goody, as he doesn't quite have any turrets up yet, just getting that eBay right now. 7 mutas with the +1 flyer attack coming down. Another factory for Goody, as well as a marine, but he's definitely going to need a few more marines than his current total, which is 6. 7 mutas does in fact beat 6 marines. That is until they get the 3-3 upgrade, and then, well, basically 3-3 marines beat everything. So gonna have to get those mutas out pretty quick, as a 3rd is coming out for Goody. So being very economically aggressive. Here come the mutas. There's no turrets up and only a few marines out on the field. This could do a lot of damage. 4 mutas here in the natural. Picking off SCVs, 2 turrets trying to go up, but it's going to be very difficult to go up. He does have this Viking out, which will help out, but Idra getting some nice harass off. Going to try and pick off a few more marines, and no, decided to pull back. So just going to opt to do what he did and get a few more mutas into that gaggle of mutas. Ooh, dropping a couple mules, and these mutas are going to pick those off so easily. These marines are going to be too late to the party. These mutas are going to get away and join up with their 5 brethren who are spawning. Well, I believe they should be spawning. Yeah, there they are here. And going to group up and probably do some more harass in the main. These lings now still working on picking off these destructible debris. Oh, forces the orbital command to be lifted. This one Thor is out now and going to be able to hold this position from mutas a lot easier. That's a good thing. One thing is that there is about a 2-minute timing window there. The mutas are very effective, but now that the Thors are starting to come out, will not be as effective. A couple of Blue Flame Hellions just trying to deter these Zerglings from harassing these rocks. Nice little play there, very safe. And now we're up to, 13 mutas. Going to be swinging around into the main. Whoops. Automaton 2000 going to be scouting those mutas, but unfortunately he's pretty neutral in this matchup, so not going to be trying to do any damage or assisting those mutas in any way. Mutas now coming into the main. We see +1 vehicle weapons and armor going down for Goody, but that's not going to help him right now defend from these mutas. Picking off a reactor. Thor getting stuck at the front gate. He's trying to make his way in to get to these mutas, and these turrets somewhat deterring the mutas, but all the SCVs forced to pull off the line, and a few Thor shots will send those mutas packing. Just taking a little bit of damage there, going to be able to heal that up just by the natural HP regeneration that all Zerg units do have. A Banshee now in the main doing a little bit of damage, going to force those mutas to come back. This Banshee more of a sacrificial Banshee, just trying to buy Goody some time, forcing these mutas to come back and defend. Macro Hatch now up for Idra, so he may be deciding to attack quite soon. He does have a 4th going up as well. His macro is just so incredible. Let's take a look at the income. Up to 67 drones for Idra, 59 for Goody. So Goody trying to keep pace despite all that harass, just behind only by 11 workers, but 3 more Thors popping out. So a very big mech army coming out for Goody. Mute is still doing a ton of harassment. Ooh, taking 2 big shots off there from those Thors. A couple Mutas do go down, and 2 are extremely low. He's down to 9 Mutas. So that may be it for the Muta harass. Idra may decide to switch into more of some higher DPS units that can withstand something of those Thors. Maybe some sort of Roach play, or just some Infestors we see are up, as well as the Banes, but I don't think any Banelings have been morphed. No, just 30 Lings out on the field, and none have morphed into Banelings quite yet. Ooh, going for a pretty quick hive. We're at that 16-minute mark almost, so not crazy fast, but a little bit fast. I think he feels that these Mutas have just done a ton of damage. He has full map control. Goody going to be looking to max out, so it'll be a good choice for Idra to get that tier 3 unit out, whether it be Ultras, but more likely Brute Lords, as they are so effective against those mech units. And Muta's picking up all the turrets, but not doing too much else. Going to be forcing him to rebuild those turrets or leave these Thors in the main. Looks like he is opting to build those turrets. Pathogen Glands now coming down for Infestors, so going to be looking to increase that Infestor count, especially with that higher energy count. Pathogen Glands, a very smart upgrade, just allowing your Infestors to have that fungal growth ability as soon as they pop out. 20 more Lings are on the way, so it looks like Idra is still droning a touch, but not too much. In fact, he's just mining gas from this 4th. Not too concerned about his mineral count. Neuroparasite coming out, which is very effective against Thors. Looks like Goody has decided it's time to attack. He's hit that 170 supply, which is a pretty good number for mech. You don't want to let your Zerg buddy get too maxed out and have him starting to save up all that larva. You do want to put that pressure on now, force him to make links and such, not allowing him to have supply for that tier 3. Hellions, tanks, Thors now burning through a couple of these spine crawlers. Some of these overlords are in trouble, but ooh, it's a bunch of Zerglings just jumping into the fight. They're going to get roasted pretty quick. A lot of fire going down now. Apparently those biological units do burn pretty hot. A couple SCVs in here to repair. Very smart tactic to use whenever you're playing mech. Just bring about 6 to 10 SCVs. Let them heal your units up, get the most out of them. Very efficient. Nice micro here by the Hellions. Very critical to micro these Hellions in order to keep those legs off the tanks. So a couple tanks sieging up here right inside the infestation pit. He might take this pit down, or Neuroparasite is finished, which would be very, very difficult for Idra to deal with all these sources. Yes, the infestation pit will go down. He did not research the fungal in time. Looks like he has, let's take a look at the units. He has 6 Infestors, so a couple fungals are available, but without that Neuroparasite, these Thors can be very difficult to deal with. This is a very strong push by Goody. A couple Thors here getting magic boxed by these Mutas, going to be taken out, but Mutas just taking so much damage that when they come back to deal with this, they may not be very effective at all. Idra supply dwindling now. He's losing so many overlords. He's going to have to make about 6 or 7. You can see 2 are in production, but he just doesn't have... now 7 are in production, and that will be enough to get him back out of the red. But Goody not losing too much supply. Very nice setup here with tanks in a line. Thors protecting each row of tanks. Idra going to sack that natural and just try and build up some units in other places, but ooh, that Greater Spire is going down, so will he be able to get out any broods in time? This one tank really inhibiting the rest from getting up this ramp. Magic box going down, but these Thors are just going to decimate it. Fungals going down on everything, huge fungals, but Idra's supply is just dropping. Oh, and he's left the game. He forgot to GG. He's got to remind himself to GG. He should put a little post-it note up on his monitor saying, when I lose, all I have to do is type a GG. So, very big and effective mech push there by Goody. Very good stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It takes 2 seconds. Really helps me out and motivates me. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.